Hey guys, JurassicMan here, and today I'm gonna finally do the Q&A. Now, I didn't get a lot of requests or questions to answer. However, I'll describe them as best as I can and as good as possible, instead of just going over it quickly, because I only got 11. Don't worry, 2000, the 2000 subscriber, because we'll do another one, and maybe we'll have more, questions, because we'll have 100,000 more people to, you know, ask more questions, if they ask more questions. So, let's get right to the first one. The first one comes from Dear Shadow. That's a funny name. Not to be offensive, but yeah. His question is, how did you first discover Jurassic Park and its toys? Actually, I really don't know. The first known memory I could think of from discovering Jurassic Park was that I walked into my living room. I think this was back in 2005. But I walked into my living room. I saw my parents putting on a movie. At first, I didn't know what movie it was, and I originally saw it was X-Men because in the beginning it showed like three slash marks on it. So I thought, oh, it's like an X-Men movie, like Wolverine or something. And then there was like a face that came right through it, and that kind of freaked me out. And it kind of backed into the other room. Then when I opened it, it said Jurassic Park 3. To be honest, Jurassic Park 3 is what introduced me to the franchise in the first place. Anyways, we watched the movie. I was scared of it most of the time, but I really loved some of the fight scenes and some of the dinosaurs, and it was so cool. And then my parents had the rest of it, and it was actually a pretty bundle set. I don't know what it was, but it was like a set of the three movies in DVD, but it was pretty cool. I managed to watch them, and I watched them over and over and over again until the DVDs got scratched because I kept watching them so many times. I would not believe how many times we bought so many DVDs of Jurassic Park that at one point we just stopped buying them at all. Which kind of broke my heart, but it makes sense. They kept getting scratched by me. Now, for its toys, I don't have a clear memory on how I first got it, but I did get a Pteranodon toy from Jurassic Park. It was a small brown one, I remember that. And the wings fold up, and it was I think I'm gonna guess the 2003 version of the Jurassic Park Dinosaurs Series 2, and it was that one where I got my very first dinosaur toy. And apparently, the Spinosaurus toy that I claimed in one of my reviews for the React Attack Spinosaurus was not true. Instead, it was a coaster top for a drink or something like that from Universal, and that was my first Spinosaurus toy. But that was my favorite actually back then. I remember fond memories of playing it all the time. Anyways, I didn't really discover Jurassic Park toys for a long time until 2015, where I saw this video. This was before June, and I saw all that stuff, but I saw this video of a guy like showing these new dinosaur toys, and it was pretty cool. And it was actually from the 2013 sets. It was the Allosaurus, and I don't know, it looked so cool, and I thought like, wow, that's a really cool toy. And then I noticed that it was Jurassic Park. I was like, wait, Jurassic Park had toys? And that's a little funny to hear, but I never know that Jurassic Park had toys. The only movies that I knew that had toys was Star Wars, to be fact. But I never knew Jurassic Park had toys, and I really wanted it, but I didn't know where to get it. Another fond memory I do have was back in KB Toys, where I saw this black T-Rex with red stripes on it. I asked my mom to get it, but at the time I had to get good grades in order to get something, and of course the thing was expensive. So I never got it. But now I know what it is, and it's that of the React Attack Ultra T-Rex from 2005, which I do have now, thank goodness. But eventually I did discover the Jurassic World toys. After watching the movie, I went to Walmart to get some clothes or food or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what we're doing there. But we went upstairs in the toy section, and I saw these cool toys of Jurassic World. I was like, they make toys for Jurassic World, and I got to have them. And so I got them. But yeah, that answers my first questions. and let's get to the next one. This question comes from Bryce McKenzie, cool name, and he says, "Congratulations, your reviews are great. Thank you. Have you visited the Universal parks? And if you did, how did you like it? Which should they change or update?" Um, I've been to the Universal parks. The oldest memory I could think of was back in 2008. I'm gonna say early 2008 because, I don't know if most of you know, but back in, I think in 2008, there was a fire in Universal that burned down the old King Kong ride. And I remember going to that, and that was the only time I ever went there. I only went there once, but it was really cool. The King Kong ride, I did have fond memory of that, and it was pretty cool. I did go to the Jurassic Park one. I was very hesitant because before I went to the ride, I saw the drop, and I was like, "Oh man, that's scary." And I kind of forced myself. Well, my family forced me to go through, and I eventually loved the ride so much I wanted to go a second time. But it was during at night, so you know, it was cold, and I actually have a medical problem, which is asthma. So I couldn't go a second time, but I did manage to get one as a souvenir, and it was a skeleton stegosaurus, which is alright, I guess. And I don't know. I had it for a while. I can eventually lost it. I had the back plate somewhere, but it's probably in the storage by now, or probably thrown away. I don't know. If I had to change anything, it would probably be the amount of people in there. I know they recently raised the price, which is a lot, but I'm pretty sure there's still people, like heavily amount of people in there. So I wouldn't recommend going back to Universal quite a while until I get a job and money, and of course not spend so much money on toys. But yeah, if I had to change Universal anything, I would probably just change the amount of people to be in it, and of course update Jurassic Park Red. To be fair, I don't want to get anyone offensive or anything like that, but I really wish they changed the ride. Not the ride experience itself, more of replace the old animatronics with much better upgraded animatronics. And I know some people are not gonna like that, but I really want that because let's be honest, those animatronics look so ugly, and especially the Singapore one that actually had more accurate animatronics than they have. I mean, the only ones that were there that was accurate to the movie was the Velociraptor and the T-Rex, but of course they based on Stan Winston models. And the Stegosaurus, my personal favorite, it's just ugly. And I really wish they eventually do that. Hopefully, maybe in the 25th anniversary, maybe they're even doing it right now. We just don't know. And they'll soon announce an update of it, and that'll be really cool. I can't wait to see a new revamped version of the T-Rex. Maybe the end experience of the ride. I remember experiencing it once, but there was no headlights in the end of the ride down the jump, because that kind of ruined the experience if you think about it. But yeah, that answers your question, Bryce. Now let's get to the next one. This next one comes from Archosaurus Galore, and he asks, "Do you plan on getting any Papo-Schleich Collectate and Safari Ltd dinosaurs?" Well, yes and no. Yes, because I do have a Safari Ltd dinosaur, and that is the Coelophysis. I got that one because I couldn't get the Jurassic Park Coelophysis until I found a great deal that had both of them for $10, $2 shipping too, and it was amazing. But I really like the little Safari Ltd Coelophysis. Papo, I never found a single Papo figure, and they're very expensive to buy on eBay and such like that. But if I had to get one of them, it would probably be Brachiosaurus. Schleich, mm, Schleich's alright. I still want that Ceratosaurus. I only saw it once in a Walmart, but I never saw it again. And Collectate is good. I love their T-Rex. And yeah, that was really one of them. I think it was Schleich or Safari. I think it was Safari that had that new feather T-Rex, and I really want to get that one. But it's so expensive, $20 for a small figure, and from the size of it, it's really small. One thing I do wish they do make is not try to go to the Batat way, but try to make articulated figures. Because let's be honest, those aren't toys; those are statues. Toys are something you interact, play, and are durable. Yeah, they're durable and they're pretty cool to interact, but they're not playable. They're in a fixed position. They're like the JP3 toys. And honest to the universe, nobody likes the JP3 toys except me and some other people. And I really love them. But that's another question for another day or another time. But anyways, that's my answer. So let's go to the next one. The next question is from Pokemaniac360. Congrats on 1000k. If Mattel were to make an Indominus Rex, what feature or features would you like to have it? Well, first of all, I don't know where I get the information from if people keep asking me, but I remember faintly somewhere in the JP forums, somebody mentioned that one of the people in Mattel are making the Indominus Rex, which hopefully is either Wave 3 or Series 2, and everyone knows the Series 2 are always next year. But if it's next year, I can wait. If it's Series 3 or Wave 3, I can wait too. But what feature would I have? Well, I want it to be a mix of the Ultimate Indoraptor and the Thrash and Throw Tyrannosaurus Rex. And that's the name of the Indoraptor to be exact, the electronic one. I want to be with a thrashing action and a biting mechanic, but in a big scale with a thrash and throw. And that's what I really want it to be, but I don't want to be, the flashing red eyes. I think that worked well with the Indoraptor because they had red eyes as well. But I really want to see a huge Indominus to be scaled with a thrash and throw. Of course, I do not have the thrash and throw, not yet, until I get more money and eventually find it in the store when I have that money. But yeah, if I really wanted an Indominus Rex, I would have it in scale with a thrash and throw. The Spinosaurus and the T-Rex are the extreme chomping, which makes sense because, let's be honest, I'm pretty sure I showed us so many times, but Rexy is much bigger than the other Tyrannosaurus Rex. So the Spinosaurus goes very well with the chomping T-Rex. So that answers your questions. Next question. This next question comes from Miguel Gert. Congratulations, mate. I have two questions. What is your favorite dinosaur, Stegosaurus, no questions asked? And what is your favorite and least favorite Jurassic World or Jurassic movie? Well, I kind of read that a bit wrong. I'm sorry about that. But my favorite dinosaur is Stegosaurus, obviously. No questions. I really love Stegosaurus. That's it. My favorite Jurassic World movie or Jurassic Park movie? That's a little tough one. I'm gonna have to say The Lost World. The Lost World is my favorite, and next to The Lost World is, surprisingly enough, Jurassic Park 3. But I love The Lost World much better. And my least favorite, well, this one is really controversial, just like the ride. And that would be the original Jurassic Park. I know, it's the classic, it's the original, but you know what? I see it so many times overdone, overused in media's pop culture, and it's just annoying at this point. I like how most medias at this time are focusing on Jurassic World, especially with a new rendition of T-Rex, but I'm really kind of getting tired of seeing all the references from the first movie. I want to see references from Jurassic Park 3. I want to see references from The Lost World. I want to see more references of Jurassic World. But yeah, my least favorite, I'm not saying I don't like it. I really love it. It's just I hate so many overused in media at this point. I kind of wish they do something else. I kind of wish they'd focus on another dinosaur movie. I mean, what else other dinosaur movies should there be? Oh yeah, there's not many favorite ones. Well, I do love the Disney dinosaur movie, and I really wish that gets more credit. I mean, the only thing people remember from that movie is talking dinosaurs, uh, lemur things, and of course the Carnotaurus. Or Carnotaur as it's called in the movie. But yeah, that answers the question. My favorite dinosaur, Stegosaurus. My favorite Jurassic Park movie, The Lost World. My least favorite, not saying I don't like it, but I just, in my bottom of the barrel, is the original Jurassic Park movie. But anyways, let's go to the next question. This next question comes from Riley Sedan, and he or she says, "Congrats, dude. What is your least favorite JP carnivore?" And this one is a very controversial one, but maybe I might talk about it now or I might talk about it another time, but expand this video so it doesn't be quick and short, but it's going to be the Dilophosaurus. Yeah. Personally, I love the novel version depiction much better. I just don't like the version Steven Spielberg made. And if you don't know about that, the novel version Dilophosaurus is much, much different than that of the movie. What from the saying goes, it says that Steven Spielberg didn't want to make the Dilophosaurus they didn't want to make the audience get confused with the Dilophosaurus and the Velociraptor. So he made the Dilophosaurus smaller. But he still kept the spitting feature, but it came with the frill, and ever since that year, for the next 25 years, Dilophosaurus is always depicted as a small carnivore that spits acid at you, which is not true. The real Dilophosaurus is really unique and really cool. It is twice as big as a JP Velociraptor and twice as big, or just bigger than you in personal. I think it stands for 8 feet tall. It's about, I think, 17 feet long, and they got rid of a lot of unique characteristics with Dilophosaurus. In the movie, it has a big fat crest with a very short, flat mouth. But in real life, it has a very long, elaborated looking crest with a long, straight mouth, but with a crook in the middle or in the end of the mouth. And scientists believe that is used to restrain prey in its mouth, so it could bring them closer to its claws and scratch them, like in the when dinosaurs from America. I think that is my favorite depiction of the Dilophosaurus in general, especially this metallic looking skin. But I really don't like the design they choose. I mean, I like the color scheme that they use in Jurassic Park. I just don't like Steven Spielberg's idea of saying, oh, people are going to get confused with these two big predators. No, they're not. One has a crest, one doesn't. How confusing is that, Steven? Okay, let's not mock this anymore, but yeah. My least favorite is the Dilophosaurus, mainly due to its design as such. I mean, let's be honest, when was the last time you seen an actual looking Dilophosaurus? Nowhere. Anyways, next question. This next question comes from Plush Life, and he asks, have you ever traveled around the world, or you traveled one or two places? If by traveling around the world you mean going down the border to Tijuana in Mexico, yes. I have never left the states of California, and I only gone as far as Tijuana in Mexico. The highest I can think I ever got to, it's probably, I must say, somewhere up of LA. I don't know. Somewhere over there. I don't want to describe too much because I don't want to describe my location. But I only reach as far as the top part of LA all the way down to Tijuana. That's literally my range. I never actually been to San Diego in personal. I only been there twice for the SeaWorld and Aquarium of Pacific. I think that's what that is. But yeah, I never really gone to anywhere else other than that small range, which is usually a 2-hour drive if you think about it in my whole area, depending on the traffic. You know how LA traffic is or California traffic is. But yeah, I never really explored much of the area, and that's as far as I go. But I really do want to travel around the world one day. I want to visit the UK. I want to go to Canada. I want to go to New Zealand. I want to go to Africa. I really just want to go anywhere farther from this hot, arid state of California. And it's so tiring always hearing all those bad people and fires every day and sirens alarm. I just want to get out of this area. I mean, I have to do this. I'm doing this Q&A at night. This is the only time where I'm ever alone and quiet for myself. And sometimes I turn the AC on so I don't have to hear the dogs barking all night, which is why there's a lot of pauses here, because I'm usually pausing it because they're barking at this very moment. Probably because of the sound of my voice. Who knows? They're very dumb animals. I'm not saying dogs are dumb. I'm just saying these dogs are dumb. But anyways, thanks for the questions, and here's my answer. on to the next question. This next one comes from your your profile pic looks like an N, so I'm gonna call you N. And he says, "Do you feel the new Jurassic World toys lack playsets? And if so, what kind of playsets do you wish to see? You can also rate them which you want the most to the least." If I had to choose a playset I would want the most would be a paddock for the Velociraptors, or just any paddock to restrain dinosaurs, because that would be really cool. I mean, the last playset we got from Jurassic World, the horrendous T-Rex breakout set, was just the same T-Rex, a tiny version of the net launcher, a horrible net launcher, web, and of course the gates, which I still keep because I'm never gonna get the chance to get those other gates from the old movies. But looking from the previous movies, those playsets were much better compared to what Hasbro gave us the last. I mean, the Jurassic Park 3 one wasn't even they were originally made. It was just Kenner's original fencing. Heck, this one wasn't even much fencing anyways. It was just fencing in the arch, but shrink down like less of a size and giving us crappy toys or crappy versions of previous toys or something like that. I don't know. But I would love to get another gate set because I want to get new gates. And not the iconic JP gates we always get, but maybe like the new ones like they see in the Velociraptor. Maybe concrete slabs with like little windows. And then one of them is a breakout so you can use one of the bigger dinosaurs to break right through. Kind of like the Indominus, but that didn't break the concrete, just pushed it and cracked it in process. And my least picked would probably be Lockwood Manors. That might be a possible playset, but I really don't want to because, the only thing you could be compatible with is the Indoraptor and Blue. And if they do release that playset, it's probably just going to have an exclusive Blue figure, which, I don't know. I feel like Blue has enough figures already. I mean, there's like 3 or 4 of them at the moment. And overall, if I had to make another playset, maybe for the Legacy line, they could do the Command Compound or even the Raptor Pen. Ooh, I would love to see the Raptor Pen. And I really do hope a little off topic, but I really hope they put back Captain Gear. I mean, the only one we have is the one for the young T-Rex, and that one looks like it's more fitting for the Raptors from Jurassic World. But yeah, if I want a big playset, I want to be like the Raptor Paddock for the Legacy line, and also the Indominus Rex cage. The little huge concrete slab. Hopefully, when they release the Indominus Rex figure, they release a playset for it to come out. And it would be so cool. You could have like an exclusive Jurassic World, the first movie Owen, Mercenary, or something like that. But that would be really cool to have as a playset. Because right now, we don't have any confirmed playsets at the moment of this recording and video. Who knows? They might show some off tomorrow. But we have little playsets here and there for some of the future lines, especially Destructosaurs, which might move into Walmart, but we don't know for sure. But yeah, that answers your question, N. So let's get to the next one. This one comes from Danielle Cosarit. Sorry about that, Danielle. You seem like a nice lady. But let's get to your question. What is your favorite dinosaur / prehistoric reptile group? And that's pretty easy to say. Archosaur. If you don't know what an Archosaur is, look it up. It's basically saying Archosaur. And if I misspell that, I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure someone will tell you in the comments down below if you question. But the Archosaur includes the pteranodons or pterosaurs, dinosaurs, birds, crocodiles, and most marine reptiles, and some other reptile groups that did not make it after the Triassic period. But this Archosaur group is what leads us to the 2 living members of that group, and that is birds and crocodilians. But yeah, Since dinosaurs predate birds and birds are descended from dinosaurs, that makes Archosaurus basically two living groups left, but people say three, but it is just two, which is weird, because dinosaurs are extinct. Non-avian dinosaurs. Avian dinosaurs are still around, and those are birds. But yeah, that's my favorite prehistoric group of reptile or dinosaur, and that is the Archosaur. If you wanted me to say which dinosaur species, I would have to say the Albilosaurus, which includes Carnotaurus. Because Carnotaurus is one of my favorite, but my second favorite would have to be the Stegosaurus, because I know Stegosaurus is my favorite, but let's be honest, it's just Stegosaurus, and I like the other uniqueness of the Albilosaurus, which is cool, in my opinion, because they don't get much recognition other than their only well-known member, which is the Carnotaurus. So, yeah, that answers this question, Danielle, and thank you. Now, for the next question. This one comes from Josh Gaming 06, and he says, "Oh my god, dude, congratulations! I've been watching for a very long time. You're definitely in my top 5 YouTubers. Let's go to 1 million. Ooh. And also, I have a question for the Q&A. What is your favorite dinosaur, and why is it your favorite dinosaur?" Ooh, here we go again. That's obviously Stegosaurus. And the reason why I picked this question again is because I want to be more descriptive. Because that would have been too long to talk about. But why Stegosaurus? Well, it started out long ago. I remember having this children's book that had a picture of a big Stegosaurus with his fins cut out. And I think it was like some kid who had a pet Stegosaurus or something like that. But either way, he just took his Stegosaurus around town, and that was my favorite. And I used to read that as a little kid, even though I had trouble reading because of my disability, which I'm pretty sure some people haven't figured out by this moment. But, you know, we don't want to go that far. That's too personal. But anyways, after that book, I got many Stegosaurus toys, so many of them, that I still have some of them lying around in my house, ever since to this day. For like the past, who knows, 15 years of my life, they're still lying around somewhere in my house. There's a Stegosaurus there, there's one over there, there's one in my closet. They're everywhere. And yeah, I just don't know what makes me so interested in Stegosaurus so much. I guess it's just the uniqueness of it has. The small head with its huge body, the big tail, the spikes, and the plates. Well, the spikes are not firmly called, but they're called sagomizers, and that's a pretty cool name and a pretty unique name for the Stegosaurus group. And don't get me wrong, the rest of the family group is still cool, but I love Stegosaurus. Plus, it's the only member that's pretty big in the group, which is kind of weird because you would think they would find another one much bigger, but Stegosaurus seems to be the only one that's big. But yeah. Oh, and a fun fact, even though Stegosaurus is my favorite dinosaur, it's one of the hardest ones to draw for me. I have a little drawing here, for example, and yeah, let's go to the next one. This next one comes from oh, whatever. You guys have funny names sometimes. Sometimes they're pretty cool, sometimes they're pretty funny, sometimes they're very sweet, and sometimes they're just very questionable for me to ask. But this guy asked, "Where's Misadventures of Barry Part 2? Right here." Yeah, it's very short. It's unedited, and I still haven't filmed much of it, but I'm getting there. The reason why I haven't been focusing on this is because I've been focusing on other stuff. I don't know if you remember that video I posted on April 1st, where I'm having a bit of family issues, and I don't really have the time to do little skits like that. I mean, I do reviews at night, and I can do it right there. But, sometimes I only do it when I'm, more active, more awake, and usually when I have the time or when I feel like it. But trust me, this week or next week, part 2 will come out. If it doesn't come out, you can unsubscribe to me. I'm sorry, but I'll try my best. If I can't get it out, I'm very sorry. But yeah, that answers your question. And don't worry, Barry's coming soon. Soon. Okay, so that answers and left unanswered questions for my first Q&A. Now, it's not very exciting as some other people's, but hopefully the second Q&A will do much better. and maybe in a time where I'm not sick, like right now. But yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys like this relatively long video. I mean, if you wanted to guys answer a question, maybe you can ask why some of my videos are more than 10 minutes. I'm not trying to get ad revenue. I don't get that, even though I should by now, but I'm not focusing on that. It's just that I take very long to do this because, let's be honest, I do it raw. There's no script, there's no pre-review, there's no anything like that. The only thing I do is I get the camera set it or my phone set up. I put the lights, put the figure there, get some dinosaur figures and some other figures right next to me, and start recording. That's all I do. You guys managed not to answer that or ask what I record. I record with a Samsung Galaxy S5, and I haven't upgraded for the past 3 to 4 years, mainly because we don't have enough money or time to do so. I mean, I was supposed to get an upgrade last year, but we had trouble with our internet or provider service. I'm looking at you, AT&T, and because of that, I couldn't get it. However, even though I didn't get it, I did get a new phone, which is pretty much paid by the government, as long as it gets the knowledge that it exists. Although I do have this little mini phone, my family gets new upgrades. They get new phones, they get new plans, and their phones look so much better than mine. And I'm just over here holding this brick as I record this, and yeah, it's kind of funny. It kind of feels like the same feeling I get when my family's first got off phones, and I had to wait 2 years to get a phone, and I had to use my mom's old phone to make calls and such. You know, so like, hey, pick me up, or something like that. Or I'm gonna walk home tonight. Or not tonight, but you know, I'll walk home to school because it was not pretty far. But anyways, I'm getting off track. So I hope you guys like this little very special video. Uh, I want to make an announcement saying that I don't have any other Jurassic World figures to review at the moment. I do have one coming up soon, but that's my only last one at the moment. Hopefully I get some more, you know, for my personal self, because I don't know if you noticed, but these are videos of my personal favorites or what I really want to get. I still want to get that Packy. I still want to get that Colossal T-Rex. And I really, really want to get that Spinosaurus. And that Ankylosaurus. But yeah, hopefully you guys like this special. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next Q&A when I reach 2,000 or just 2,000 subscribers. Blah blah blah. Whatever. See ya.